created job opportunities, facilitated the transportation of goods and services, enhanced the movement of farm produce, reduced travel time, and helped curb urban migration. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and esteemed personalities here present, it is evident that since the inception of the FCT, satellite towns have never experienced this level of government attention and presence. The commendable efforts of the current performing minister have truly reignited and restored the hope of the people throughout the FCT. Today, we commemorate more than just a completion of...
Honorable Minister and his team. We also congratulate the construction company for bringing the project to a close, Cranebrook Construction. It is at this time, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, that we would like very quickly to invite the man who is the largest and greatest beneficiary of this project, who has come with a teeming number of groups of people to be here today to help us to celebrate the Honorable Minister and also to help us to celebrate Mr. President for giving this full support for this project to take place. Our host chair, Honorable Abubakar Abdullahi, Executive Chair, Abuja Area Council, to deliver his goodwill message.
I heartily welcome the Honorable Minister and the Honorable Minister of State FCTA, His Excellency Ukya, CFR, and Her Excellency Dr. Mrs. Maria Mahmoud Borgori, to Abaji town for the official commissioning of Naharati Abaji Metropole Road project for use. Less than a year ago, His Excellency was here to flag off the construction and as starting of this particular road project. As one of the many oriented projects, the people leader who embarked upon across the 6th FCT area council. True to His Excellency's words, today the project has become a reality. Promise made, promise fulfilled. The completion of this 5-kilometer road project is highly significant because the settlement of Naharati has been linked directly to Abaji town for the first time. Furthermore, the road will also serve as a diversion in the event of sudden blockage of the main bridge on the Abaji-Lokoja Federal Highway, which emphasizes the strategic nature of the project. We say thank you to you, His Excellency, sir. We are equally grateful to the Honorable Minister of State for being a pillar of support to hold you very high esteem as a real model worthy of emulating. In the word of John C. Maxwell, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Sir, we have been striving to duplicate your leadership model in the council in our own little way. In our own little ways, through the provision of key projects which have direct positive bearing on the lives of our people. For instance, sir, we have recently completed the construction of an 80-bed capacity hospital in Abaji town, which is furnishing is also on the verge of completion to cater for the health need of residents and beyond. I would like to credit the indulgence of His Excellency to grant us the honor of personality commissioning the project as soon as the furnishing is completed, sir. In the same vein, we are currently building a 750 capacity ultra-modern ICT center in Abaji town as part of deliberate effort to invest on human capital development for the long-term benefit of the council. Still on the welfare of residents, which is one of the primary business of governance. The council, in partnership with FCT NDE, is currently training 300 residents in various vocational skills and trade at the FCT NDE Training Center in Buhari Area Council. Under the empowerment scheme of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR Renew Hope Agenda. In addition, in partnership with the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, DSTI, of the Educational Secretariat of FCTA, the Council most recently completed a 4-week empowerment training program for 55 youth and farmers on micro-propagation of banana and plantain. Under the times, ensuring food security for sustainable development. Sir, the 55 graduates of the program were each to be provided with 100,000 take-off grant by the council to start their respective banana and plantain farm. Your Excellency, sir, we are proud to identify ourselves with a visionary and legendary leader like both of you, and shall continue to do so without hesitation. As His Excellency commissioned this important project today, it is our solid prayer that God Almighty continue to protect, preserve, and promote you both in service to the people of FCT, Nigeria, and humanity at large. Thank you. God bless.
Your Excellencies, the Chairman, Abaji Area Council, Honorable Abubakar Abdullahi, has described this as promise made and promise fulfilled. Not only has he described this as promise made and promise fulfilled, you can see that the good people of Abaji Area Council have come out in their numbers. The excitement is infectious. Your Excellency, he has kept the word of a famous writer. May we all have a vision now and then of a world where every neighbor is a friend. And so after his goodwill message, I would like to immediately invite to the podium the member, House of Representatives representing Abuja South, Honorable Ajia, to come forward and deliver his own goodwill message.
Blessing of God be upon us. Blessing of God be upon us. Today, I am very happy and a very proud person to witness this occasion. Mr. Minister, some years ago, this area was almost deserted as a result of kidnapping activities. Today, this road construction will go a long way in curbing these security challenges we are having in this area. And like earlier said by the speaker, the importance and the benefits of this road can never be overemphasized. Mr. Minister, you are a minister of your words. We are very, very proud of you. I am a member of Appropriation Committee, and looking at what the National Assembly appropriated under your watch, we have seen a very, very wonderful performance. And your style is very, very unique. We appropriated the budget, you had to execute the budget, but in the process of execution, you always invite us to come and witness what we are talking about. By the special grace of God, Mr. Minister, we will continue to give you all the maximum support in the National Assembly. And on behalf of the people of Abuja South, I am passing a vote of confidence in you. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ajia. He continues to provide the requisite support. Wherever the minister has a project, he turns up. And according to him, this road construction will solve so many problems. We congratulate Abaji Area Council, and we congratulate the minister and his team for this beautiful project. According to American superstar songwriter Beyonce, in our perfect ways, in the ways we are beautiful, in the ways we are human, we are here in a new year, let us make it ours. In saying that, we call on the good people of Abaji to protect whatever projects have been brought to them and to look after it on behalf of the federal government. We thank you, Honorable Ajia. It's time now for me to invite the representative of the chairman, FCT Area Councils, represented by the Deputy Chair in the House of Representatives, Honorable Peter Akpanke, to deliver his goodwill message.
The Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Ezenwo Ukya, Mr. Project, the Minister of State, Dr. Mariam Mahmoud, the Chairman, Senate Committee on FCT Area Councils and Ancillary Matters, distinguished stakeholders, with very special recognition to my leader and mentor, Senator Sandy Ojang-Ono Eronando, the original caterpillar, the people of Abaji, traditional rulers here present, chairman of council, I welcome you all. For those of us from the South, we know the Honorable Minister of FCT for his performance. Right from when he was appointed the Minister of FCT, we knew that Abuja was going to take a different look. And as you can see, he's not only performing in the FCT, he has brought development to the area councils too. So please, I will urge the people of Abaji to continue to pray and encourage the Honorable Minister to do more. As a committee, the Committee on FCT and Ancillary Matters want to assure the FCT Minister that we are proud of him, we are proud of his performance, we are proud of the development he's bringing to the FCT and the FCT area councils. We assure him of our utmost and maximum support. We will continue to support him to continue to bring the dividends of democracy to Abuja, to Nigeria as a whole. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Peter Akpanke. We thank you for your goodwill message. And it's time now for us to invite the very distinguished Senator Jim Kuta, Chairman, Senate Committee, FCT Area Council and Ancillary Services, to deliver his goodwill message.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister of FCT, because I have an interaction with somebody from World Bank and they were very pleased with what you are doing. That is why we in the National Assembly, even when we are doing budget defense, I have to excuse myself to come here. Ours is to support you Ours is to encourage you. At the end of the day, when you do the needful, we'll come back to thank you again. And my prayer is this: God should keep you in good health, and God should shame the enemies of the Honorable Minister and Mr. President at large. Thank you for what you have done. Thank you and thank you. May God bless us all.
Developing satellite towns is a global practice and a World Bank supported practice. The very distinguished Senate Committee Chair on FCT, Area Councils and Ancillary Services, Senator Jim Kuta, who has also leveraged on that goodwill to deliver a prayer for the Honorable Minister and for His Excellency, Mr. President. We thank you so very much. We appreciate your presence at every project that the Honorable Minister is either flagging off or is commissioning. We thank you. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, to say thank you is a great privilege and a special place to occupy when an establishment continues to overreach itself in doing extremely well. Doing extremely well is not possible when you go the journey alone and when your principal does not provide the requisite support. We are aware of the avid support and encouragement of the #1 citizen, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to the Honorable Minister for achieving everything that he has achieved. It is with a great heart and gratitude that the Executive Chairman of Abaji Area Council, Honorable Abubakar Abdullahi, the good people of Abaji community, the FCT area councils are grateful. The FCT as a body is ecstatic. The contractors, I'm sure, are pleased to have completed this project. Residents are cruising through FCT with renewed energy. Businesses are opening up. It's time now for me to give the affable Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, the opportunity to deliver the vote of thanks. The Honorable Minister of State.
Thank you very much, the Director of Ceremony, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Ezemoya Sumwike, and the newly crowned Haskan Abaji. That's the new title he has gotten today. So congratulations, sir. The Chairman, Senate Committee on FCT, Area Council and Ancillary Matters, His Excellency Senator Jim Kuta. The Chairman, House Committee on FCT Area Council and Ancillary Matters, ably represented by the Vice Chair, His Excellency Honorable Dr. Peter. The House Member representing Abuja South, Honorable Abdurrahman Ajia. Other members of the National Assembly that are here, I'm honored to extend our gratitude to Mr. President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for the privilege given to us to carry out this enormous responsibility of overseeing the territory on his behalf. In the same breath, permit me to use this opportunity to, on behalf of the good people of FCT, thank His Excellency Mr. Project, the Haskan Abaji, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Sumwike, CON, for the commitment toward enhancing infrastructure in the FCT and its environment. Ladies and gentlemen, while urban development often takes the spotlight, it is imperative that we do not overlook the needs of our rural communities. I have no doubt that rural road infrastructure forms the backbone of rural economics and contributes significantly to the overall development of a nation. Also, improved road networks such as this Naharati River Access Road connects rural producers to markets, enabling them to sell their goods at fair prices and access essential services more easily. This enhances productivity, creates employment opportunities, and stimulates our local communities and the economy. This goes to mean that to get the FCT of our dreams, We must first strengthen its roots, and to all our roots are the area councils, the satellite towns, and the villages. We also acknowledge the effort of the staff of the satellite town who have played a crucial role in the planning and execution of this project. Your tireless work had made this event a possible one. To our community members, thank you for your support and enthusiasm. Your engagement is vital as we move forward this important project and endeavor of ensuring that our area council have the facilities it deserves. Finally, I would like to thank everyone who have attended this inauguration ceremony. Your presence signifies the collective commitment we share towards improving our rural communities. Thank you for listening and thank you for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Minister of State, for delivering the vote of thanks and remembering, as always, to put front and center His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for giving the FCT the privilege to do all that it does. Your Excellencies, esteemed guests, members of the Fourth Estate of the realm, the media, without whom none of this would be seen anywhere in the world. We thank the media for their support at all times. We thank the Honorable Minister for remembering us at every time. And of course, the coordinator and staff of Satellite Town Development Department, all his staff have been up in arms ensuring that this comes to fruition. In December of 2024, from the 3rd to the 12th of December, the entire FCT team was up and about in a record 7 project flag-offs across the FCT and area councils. Before then, in May of 2024, a minister worth his name played host to His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in a set of flag-offs that set the FCT apart from all other government entities. Gadfly, Mr. Project, an infrastructural juggernaut, the FCT Minister Ezenwonye Somwike held the nation spellbound while doing what he knows how to do best. Now, at the cost of 2025, he invites us again to join him in a new set of projects under his watch, while commissioning of projects under his watch, while the rest of us were on holidays for Christmas and New Year. The FCT Minister and his team kept his entire people working on alert and working towards this commissioning. The President, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has given the Minister muscle, his unwavering support to do all the activities. All of this would not have been possible. We now know how much, without a doubt, the President of the Federal Republic loves the FCT. His love and support is clearly unparalleled. It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome an infrastructural leader, a community mobilizer, a man whose heart is in the right place, for opening up the FCT with the support of His Excellency, Mr. President. Happy New Year, sir. We now welcome you to the podium with great salutation, the Honorable Minister FCT, Ezenwonye Somwike.
Your Excellency, the Minister of State, Federal Capital Territory, the Chairman, Senate Committee and Area Council and other ancillary matters, the Vice Chairman of the FCT Committee, House Committee, distinguished members of the National Assembly, particularly the representative of Abuja South, the honor of Abaji, our revered traditional ruler, former Deputy Speaker, House of Reps, and distinguished senators and other members of the National Assembly that are here, mandate secretaries, head of service, permanent secretaries,
representative of Krembok Nigeria Limited, our dear youth, heads of security agencies, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, let me use this opportunity to say Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Are you happy? Are you happy? You are sure? You are sure? Recollect in late 2023, precisely October, November, when we came to Abaji, stakeholders meeting. We did consult you. We said that day that Mr. President has sent us and for you to make a request of one road you feel that's so important for us to execute. This is the road through your chairman of council, through your chairman sent to us. Let me specially thank all the area council chairmen, particularly our host, the chairman of Abaji. In that stakeholders meeting, we did make a promise, as requested, that you will need more police division to beef up the security in Abaji. And we promise, by the grace of God, we shall provide 2 more police divisions in Abaji. And I did tell you that day that whatever we agree, go home and rest, we shall fulfill it. January last year, after the stakeholders meeting, we flagged up this particular project. And I did say this project will be ready for commissioning in December. I want to thank the company. They completed this project in November. Today we're in January 2025. We flagged it off January 2024. We're commissioning today, January 2025. And in the next few months, we'll also come back and hand over the 2 police divisions that we are building, developing the city, so also we'll be developing the satellite town. And I thank you for the support you are giving to the administration of our president, who indeed we thank Almighty God for giving him to Nigeria at this time. That's very, very critical. Every promise we have made, be assured that we are going to fulfill the promises we have made. Don't take us as the usual politicians know. Ours is make a promise, fulfill the promise to the people. And I thank Mr. President for giving the Honorable Minister of State and my humble self the opportunity to contribute to the development of Abuja. If you have not given us the opportunity, probably the title you gave me today you wouldn't have given to me. So I thank you for that title too. In fact, the Minister of State who told me what it means, he says the light of the people. This administration of Mr. President is the light of Nigeria. And let everybody be assured that Nigeria will get to where we want to get to under the administration of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let me also thank the security agencies for the good job they are doing to make sure that security challenges are being tackled. You have done quite enough. I won't say you have done quite enough. You've done very well. I will continue to encourage you to do more. The people of Abaji, be assured the government will continue to support you. This year's budget of 2025, be assured that you get another road as far as we are concerned. As we are getting to 2 years anniversary of Mr. President, which is in May, we are also going to commission a lot of projects in the satellite fund. On this note, let me invite the Honorable Minister of State, the distinguished senator, the Vice Chairman, House Committee, and all other leaders to join us as we commission this project. Thank you, and God bless you.
The minister makes his way to commission this road project that is very important in the Abaji Area Council.
Naharati River Ukya to Anguwan Hasawa Road, Abaji, officially commissioned by my humble self today, the 20th of January 2025, to the glory of Almighty God.
Happy New Year, sir. Happy New Year, sir.
It's time for pictures, please. As soon as the Honorable Minister cuts that tape, there will be an official photograph of those with him.
Thank you, sir.
It's time to salute the nation with the national anthem. Thank you very much. And this brings to a close official commissioning of the newly constructed Naharati River Ukya Access Road with 2 span river bridges in Abaji Area Council FCT. Congratulations to the Honorable Minister and his team. Congratulations to the Abaji Area Council Executive Chair and all of FCT and Abaji Area Council and STDD. Congratulations. Have a good afternoon. Happy New Year.
News stories happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news. At TVC News, wherever the big news stories happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News.
No, small business owners and little salary earners.
All right. There are several provisions in the law. You know, the president even mentioned it, that this law is purely pro-poor legislation and for small businesses. So the provision we have in the law, existing law, is to the extent that 25 million is taken as the threshold for small businesses, and they are not liable to tax on 25 million. They are also not eligible to they are not required to file VAT returns. If you deal with them, you will self-charge yourself the VAT. And so we are proposing an increase in that threshold to 50 million for small businesses. Any company that qualifies as a small business is completely exempted from payment of income tax. And that threshold now has increased to 50 million in view of the inflation. We have also exempted the small businesses from the development levy. Remember, the governors also said that the development levy of 4%, which we proposed to replace the marked taxes of education tax, Naseni tax, and information technology tax.
Yes.
All of that is now 4%. In fact, we had put a sunset where they will gradually disappear, but the governors believe that and suggested, which we are not against, that sunset should be excluded, which means that going forward, the 4% will be appropriated into 50% for education tax, then 25% for student loan, and then 20% will go to Nigeria Information Technology Development Fund, while the last one, 5% will go to the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI. Okay, and that will remain, going forward. There is no sunset provision in that. So, but I mean, going back to the small businesses,
yes,
they will not be liable to that levy. Small businesses are also excluded from filing VAT returns and all that. And of course, we know that before now, small businesses were required to file returns of their audited financial statement, which means you need an auditor. Okay, so what we are putting the provision, what is in the law is the fact that you can actually file your statement of account without having an auditor to audit it, which will reduce the cost. Again, if you look at the personal income tax law, some states complain, but I think the governors also accept the fact that the existing provision says that minimum wage earners are exempted from tax.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
And so we have put a provision that excludes those who are earning 800,000 naira per annum and below.
Okay.
Okay, so minimum wage on average is about 70,000, and that will give you about 840,000. Okay, so which means, so that provision has been included now, such that the same existing provision that excludes minimum wage earners is still in the law, which means if you earn below 800,000 and below, you are also exempted from personal income tax. And of course, as a company, as a taxpayer, if your annual income is less than 20 million, you will pay less tax as we based on the tax table of rate that we have. It is only those high income earners that are liable to pay higher taxes, the high net worth individuals. Okay?
So I want to take us back again to this, to the VAT thing, which you explained earlier,
Okay.
the other time where, so now that we are back on all platforms, now I want to take us through that again very briefly. The 50%, 30%, and 20% based on population, equality, and all of that. I want us to take that.
Okay, so the proposal by the governors, which
exactly
is the one we are running with now, is the fact that 50% of the VAT pool
generated
from all sources into the pool, the VAT pool, will be shared equally, which means regardless of whether you are Lagos, Kaduna, Kano, that 50% is to be shared equally among all the states and local government. All right? Then 20% of the pool is to be shared on the basis of the population of the local government and the state. Okay, so that is tied to population.
Okay.
The remaining 30% is the one that is contentious, which is it will be based on derivation. And like I said again, when you talk about derivation, it means that there needs to be attribution of where the VAT has been generated. All right, which means who has paid for the VAT, which state is the person resident. Okay, then we'll accumulate for each of the states and ascertain how much VAT has been generated by each state. And that will be the basis for sharing 30% of the VAT pool. Okay, and that includes imported VAT you pay at the point of import. I'm sure that will also form part of the proper derivation that has been referred to with this reform. And another thing I raised around the VAT rate remaining at 7.5% is the fact that it's definitely going to reduce how much is being generated from VAT. Okay, VAT will be, yes, because before now, the VAT that is payable is VAT you have generated less the input VAT relating to the goods purchased for resale or used for the manufacturing of goods for resale. But with the new provision, with the new reform, you are eligible to deduct all your input VAT on your fixed assets and on your overhead expenses. And that is going to reduce further what is available for sharing. But of course, like I said, it was one of the governors raised that issue and it was carried, which means that on that basis, then there shouldn't be a reduction in the company income tax rate, even though we believe, I believe that reduction should have been considered because worldwide, the corporate tax rate, transaction taxes are the ones being increased while corporate tax are being reduced. So we expect that corporate tax should have been reduced. But of course, I expect that National Assembly will consider that.
All right, before we wrap this up now, finally, if this is passed to law, I'm looking at the outlook for our tax system when this is eventually passed into law. Can you help us identify some basic changes that we will see moving forward?
All right, there are quite a number of changes. Remember, we have 4 bills.
Yes, 4 of them. One
for the tax bill, the tax admin bill, the joint revenue bill, and of course, the National Revenue Establishment Bill. So there are quite a number of things that are in the bill. First, we are going to have a more friendly tax law that is easy to understand and less complex. A more efficient tax system is what we hope to see. Digitization, automation of tax administration will make the compliance easier and widen the tax net as well. Of course, one of the bills also introduced the tax ombuds, which will improve dispute resolution between the tax administrators and the tax authority and the taxpayer. Companies will no longer have to pay tax on their capital. The minimum tax has been removed for companies, even though there's a provision under the Pillar 2 that you now have the global provision for multinationals that you need to pay at least 15% of your profit. But of course, it's only when you make profit, so you're not paying it on your capital. That provision is to be introduced where you pay 15% effective rate on your profit. And that same provision on multinationals will also apply to Nigerian companies that have a turnover of not less than 20 billion in a year. Okay. We expect that you have a minimum effective rate of 15%. Business owners also, you don't have to worry about how you set up your company, either as individual or as corporate, because as far as CGT is concerned, you will not be paying the same rate. The applicable corporate tax rate will also apply to company income tax as well as corporate tax. Then there is the exemption of investment in shares, okay? That remains, but that has not been increased. With transportation, they are all zero rated, which means if in the course of your business you incur any input VAT, you are eligible to claim refund without any serious audit. Of course, we also have capital allowance claim by companies that are enjoying tax holiday are no longer what we used to have. It means that you will enjoy your capital allowance even during the tax holiday. And thereafter, if you still have any, that will also be taken as a deduction. So pioneer status incentive, is to be replaced by the economic development tax incentive, okay? And companies enjoying this incentive will compute and file tax returns like any other company, but they will be issued tax credit by government for payment of tax due, in the course of the operation. Quite a number of things that are included in the law.
We have a commercial break. Yes, I'm still going to allow us to wrap this up after that commercial break so that we will still share your thoughts. Mr. Albert will still be here. Let's take this commercial break and we'll be back to continue this important conversation. Don't go away.
But why? No, see, say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
The world needs mums. With a splash of golden terra oil, a mom can transform a frown into a smile. Change no thanks into yes please. Resolve family feuds without blowing a whistle. Providing tasty family meals is all that matters. Where there are moms, there is love. Golden Terra Oil, or pure love.
And I also wanted Andrew to...
We're glad to have you back. This is Business Nigeria, live from our studios in Victoria Island. Mr. Albert Folorunsho is a member of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, and also the managing consultant, Kristen Pedabo, speaking to us about the outcome of that meeting last week with the Nigerian Governors Forum. What next, Mr. Folorunsho, after this move?
All right, like I already said, the bill is ready. It has been passed by the President to the National Assembly, and is supposed to undergo the normal law passing process. Okay, the first reading for the two houses has taken place, both at the Senate and the House of Rep, and I think it has also gone through second reading in the Senate. We expect that to also happen at the House of Rep, and thereafter we expect a public hearing. Okay, and of course the governors have given the nod, their own nod, and they have made their own submission with the issuance of the communique, specifically around the sharing formula, which they have projected or suggested 50% equality, 30% derivation, and 20% on the basis of population. Fine. And then again, they have said that there won't be any need for increase in VAT at this time from 7.5%. Which we don't quarrel with.
That will hit on inflation
because if you do that, yes, there will be inflation. But of course, we have also pointed out the fact that it will also impact on the VAT revenue generation, which has allowed them to say that there shouldn't be increase in, there shouldn't be reduction in the corporate tax rate. So immediately after the public hearing, where all of this will be presented by those who still have interest in making suggestion and presentation, we will expect that it will now go into the specific committee in the Senate and the House of Rep, where all of those will be considered, and the revised bill will be presented to the whole House through the third hearing, and thereafter will be harmonized, and we expect that will be sent to the, after harmonization and passing into law, it will be sent to the President for assent. Like you said, our chairman said, we're also very hopeful that within the first quarter, by end of March, this bill will become law. And of course, if it becomes law by end of March, we expect, as provided in the Nigeria National Tax Policy, that the taxpayers and general public will still be given at least 3 months to be able to familiarize with the provision before it can take effect. And of course, when it take effect, we expect that only the transaction taxes, the VAT, the stamp duties, the withholding tax provisions,